your boat. Second Timothy.
All right. All right. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to the brothers out there pushing his word, sincerity, and the truth. Shalom to all the brothers and children out there keeping his word, sincerity, and the truth. All right. We out here once again, edifying the elect with the daily bread. Just want to go into a little topic that I had been meditating on for the past few days, ultimately this week. Going into you have to be a part of the process to understand the process. And just going through life, daily afflictions, going through the different scenarios and situations the Lord put you in or may put all of us in, it's all a part of the process because what we're coming into is the management of righteousness on the kingdom, in the kingdom of heaven, managing the earth and righteousness alongside Yahweh Shah, under Yahweh Shah. And as it said, which, we can get that to Isaiah 32, 1. Just get that real quick.
And this is the book of Isaiah 32 and 1. Behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment.
Right. See, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment. And the princes ruling in judgment is going to be those joint heirs with Yahweh Shah, 144,000, ruling in the kingdom of heaven alongside him. But it's a process to get to that point because we don't just go from waking up knowing we the Israelites to reigning with Yahweh Shah. It's a whole process that comes in between that. A whole lot of understanding of the Father's business that Yahweh Shah spoke on. When he told his mother, Mary, he said he's about his Father's business. Being a part of that business comes with a whole lot of understanding. We have to manage people. We have to manage the affairs of the earth. And in order to fully understand that, you have to be a part of the process, which is why we're at the bottom. This is why we're despised. This is why Esau Edom is in rulership, because we're seeing the earth at its worstest form. We're seeing people at their worstest form. And we're being a part of that process and learning this is not how it's supposed to be. And we're suffering the same sufferings, or going through different, similar situations that Yahweh Shah had to go through as well in order to fully understand why righteousness has to reign, in order to become those princes that rule in judgment.
This is Matthew chapter 13, verse 11. And he answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given.
Right. See, to us, the hopeful elect, the elect is given to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. So now, not only do we understand what's to come, but we understand the responsibilities that come with it. It's more than just having the wise, more than just having the resources of the earth. You have to know how to manage it properly in order to keep the earth functioning properly. Because we see Esau Edom, he's not managing the earth properly with the resources, not distributing it properly. That's why it's so much wickedness going on. That's why it's so much turmoil. There'll never be peace on the earth while the wicked is in rulership, because he's not managing the earth in the proper form that it was created to be managed. Because the Lord created the earth to be inhabited for life. And as we see, it's continually dying and being destroyed every single day. So it's given to us to understand the reason, the how to, the understanding of why resources need to be managed a certain way, why certain people needs to keep, where everybody needs to keep the law, statutes, and commandments in order for families to flourish and flourish and we're trying to say flourish and thrive. And then also too, everyone has a role, because in this society and westernization, they teach you that a woman can do whatever, be whatever, but that's not how they were created and designed. That's why so many problems within relationships, so many problems within the society, because every order is not established. And that's just something basic. A man being able to be what he was created to be, and do the duties that the Lord has ordained for him to do. You know,
The earth is out of course.
the earth, the whole earth is out of course, and that's coming from bad management, bad leadership, which is Esau Edom. And now the Lord puts us in those situations because now we have to deal with the same issues that He caused. You know, brothers have to go through dealing with wives or women that don't know their role, that don't know their place. Children, you can't get your children in order, and for the women, you know, you have to deal with men and such like mine. You know, so we've been a part of the process. Now we understand why in the kingdom of heaven it's gonna be nothing but righteousness. You know, and we don't want it no other way.
This is Luke 14 and 27. And whosoever does not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple.
Right. So whoever does not bear his cross and come after him cannot be a disciple. There's a reason why we have to bear our cross and go through it because this is all a learning process. You know, we know that this is not going to be forever. Even when you go through school, you go through each grade level, learning everything. It may seem like it's a long process when you start the year out because you know you got a whole year of learning, of hard work you got to put in, sacrifices that got to be made for projects and time. You know, it might be other things you want to do, but in the end, when it's all said and done, when you get through going through that school, it was all worth it because now it's going to benefit you in your life. You know, it's going to benefit you in the next stage of your course. And so that's the same way what we're going through right now, being a part of the process. You know, it was necessary for us to be at the bottom, you know, because now we can see everything clearly. Now we understand, like the brother has, you know, the brother said before, we're not curious in sin anymore. You know, we don't want to explore the guys of the Moabites or the Ammonites or be a part of their culture anymore. Because now we know that our culture is what's going to thrive, you know, make the earth thrive.
And you made a point of dealing with that precept in Matthew where it said, you know, to you is given the mysteries of the kingdom. You know, and when you go into that, kingdom means rulership. You see, and for the longest, our people, when you go from plantation Christianity, they look at the Bible and all they look at the Bible is survival. But no, the Bible is a book of rulership. You know, that's like the history you always go into. I've been meditating on that. That's why the Lord had it to when the Bible was translated by King James and those scholars. Jake was in rulership. You see, like that Bible was translated from men that was in rulership. So the Bible is a book about rulership. So if you don't understand rulership, because a Christian pick up a Bible and all they can get out of it is forgive everybody. But then when you're a part of the process, you understand when we read the Bible, okay, rulership, righteous rulership. This is what this thing now. Now you start thinking about inheritance, having a good name, you know, because why? The Lord has brought us into, all right, the mysteries of rulership, man. You know?
Yeah. And then you also learn how to maintain it as well. Because every nation, every kingdom on the face of the earth has failed. They have all lost that rulership, lost that power. And so with the Bible, with the laws, statutes, and commandments under the guidance of Yahweh Shai, you know, Yahweh Shai teaches you how to think like a king. And it teaches you how to maintain the earth and keep it forever. That's why I said that's why Yahweh Shai's kingdom will never fall. Because because Yahweh Shai, those that think just like him, those that would be ruling with him, all to have the same mindset on learning where they know how to maintain.
Because the same way that sin bring forth death upon man, sin and wickedness bring forth death upon the kingdom. So if Yahweh's kingdom is going to be completely 100% righteous, it'll never fall. You know, so that's another point going into what the other Israelite groups are talking about on how Esau Edom is going to rise up in this rebellion in the kingdom of heaven. No, it's not going to happen.
This is Baruch chapter 3, verse 13. For if thou hast walked in the ways of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, thou shouldst have dwelt in peace forever.
Right. Thou shouldst have dwelt in peace forever if you walked in the ways of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, because it teaches you how to live peaceably among men. You know, it teaches you how to first and foremost have your society ran in peace if you keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. You know, now there won't be no how we see violence in the neighborhoods. You see poverty in certain areas, but then you got the rich in other areas. How Esau Edom purposely put us in these low conditions and purposely watched us, you know, and put the guns and the drugs in our neighborhoods and watched us destroy each other, you know, where he can sit back and not even have to really take part in it no more. You know, it won't be none of that, you know, because what the kingdom of heaven is going to establish is peace across the four corners of the earth. That's why the scriptures say of the increase of his government, and there would be no end, and peace as well, because order would be established across the four corners of the earth, and then the other nations, with the exception of Esau, Edom, they will all be able to be a part of it, and they will understand why it has to be this way.
That's why in the book of Daniel, man, all the different kingdoms, the Babylonians and all them. That's why the Lord said he set above kingdoms and bring them down, because those kingdoms, they was powerful and they was ruling and set up by Yahweh Shem outside, those kingdoms want to actually, of the Most High's heart, man, because they was heathen nations, man. So the Lord just showing you, as the brother going to, how the Bible is about kingdom and kingdomship. It shows you, if you're not of the Lord's people, man, the Lord is not dealing with you. You can have a kingdom, but it's not going to be everlasting, man. That's why when it's all over and done, the only kingdom that's going to be eternal is the kingdom of heaven, run by Yahweh Shai, the King David, the 12, and the remaining of the 144, man, because those are the Lord's people.
That's a strong point you're saying, because when you go into like Matthew, the 4th chapter, when Satan showed Yahweh Shai in that hologram form of those kingdoms kept coming out the kingdoms because they had an end.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The kingdoms kept coming, they had a fucking end. But he never got to Yahweh Shai's kingdom because why? Because Yahweh Shai is not after his heart.
Right. I want to say this too. And for your Edomites, you have plenty of time to rule. You had the Romans, you had the Greeks, and you got America. You had 3 times, you got 10 times to rule. So your time is up. It's over. So everybody can say the law ain't fair. The law is fair. Everybody had a chance to rule. Edomite, you had 3 chances to rule, and you did it. You fucked it up. Each year time, you fucked it up. So when we get the kingdom, we know what not to do. All right. We see all the bullshit that happen. We see what not to do and what to do. But people can't say the law ain't fair. The law is fair.
Because in order to know righteousness, you have to know wickedness, man. Yeah. So although our people was hard-headed, stiff-necked, in a sense, we still had to play the background to witness all this wickedness, man, over the time. So therefore, we gonna know through the Spirit how Yahweh Shai how to truly rule, man.
Right. And not only to see it, but to actually be a part of that process too. Because to be a judge, you gotta have experiences on both sides.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? That's another reason why Adam was kicked out of the garden, because he only knew one way. And eventually that trickled down to us having a stony heart, but we needed that second Adam to return it to perfection, right? Got something for you, boy. Because you said the other nations is going to be a part of it, right?
Yeah.
This is Isaiah 2:1. The word that Isaiah, the son of Amos, saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem, and it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of Yahweh's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it.
Right. See, the government and the kingdom of heaven is going to be established over the 4 corners of the earth. All these other government, all these other nations and their power structure, they're going to lose. That's what the Lord is coming back to do, to destroy all their power in the earth, because everything about these other nations is corrupt. It's not according to the standards of the Lord. So he's coming to bring all that low and establish the kingdom of heaven, which is this, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Shem Shai, our culture. That's what it is. The Lord is going to basically push the vibration of the Israelite across the 4 corners of the earth. And all these other nations, whether they want to or not, they're going to learn our ways and our culture. But in the end, they're going to understand that this is a much better way of life than everything else that they've experienced. And like the brother said, Esau Edom, he has had 3 different chances to rule the earth. And every time it spiraled the earth more and more out of chaos into destruction,
Verse 3. And many people shall go and say, come you, and let us go to the mountain of Yahweh, to the house of the Most High of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the word of Yahweh from Jerusalem.
That Proverbs 29:2. The way of the righteous. Yeah, come.
This Proverbs 29, verse 2. And it says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn.
Right. So when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. This is what the other nations going to come to the conclude to understand, that the righteous, the Israelites, we are in need to rule over the earth, under Yahweh Shai, because it's going to be so much better, than what it is right now. Esau Edom, the way he ruled the earth, like we see into this day, is leading everyone to their death and destruction. The end of the world is what everybody understands, but it's not going to be the end for the nation of Israel. This is really our time to shine. Our beginning, right? The end of Esau is the beginning of the Jacob. So when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn, and now they're going to understand that we need to be in rulership. But see, right now it's still under Esau Edom's vibration. He still has the upper hand, but he's losing that power. It's a power struggle right now. He's losing it on all fronts.
It's the book of Acts, chapter 1, verse 6. When they therefore will come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel? So our forefathers, they was concerned about rulership. When Yahushua was on the scene, they thought he was going to take down the Romans and set up the kingdom of Israel then. That's why when he went back, you had a lot, of the believers, they was kind of sad, but there wasn't the time. Yahushua had explained to them there wasn't the time of the kingdom. In fact, when you read down, it says, and he said unto them, it is not for you to know the times of the seasons which the Father hath put in his own power, but ye shall receive power after that the Holy Spirit is come upon you, and ye shall be witnesses unto me both in Jerusalem and in Judea and in Samaria and unto the uttermost part of the earth.
Right. So we're actually in the end of Esau's leadership and the beginning of Jacob's rise.
Yep. And we had to take part of that process. The ministry. We had to continue on doing the work of Yahweh Shem Shai. It's a lot of understanding that had to come with doing the work until the time of the kingdom of heaven come. It's a big part of work that had to be done, because Yahweh Shai understood that this is not the end right here. I come to do the first portion of my job, and he's gonna come back and do the second portion in this lifetime. But in a part of that, with doing so, we had to be a part of the whole process of suffering with him, so we may reign with him. The whole world had to understand that the word had to go out throughout the four corners of the earth. Then the end shall come. We had to see Esau Edom amount to wickedness at its peak. We had to see the earth in the worst form of possible. And that's all a part of being a process, because we experiencing the repercussions of his bad decisions. His bad leadership. We're reaping the repercussions. So now that we see the worst case scenario, now we're in the kingdom of heaven, we're going to have all possible, positive case scenarios,
And you think about, like, nobody don't really respect somebody until they really got out the mud.
Right.
You think about in this rap culture, the most, like, the people, they really give that credit, so that heed to the people that really grew through that struggle. You know what I'm saying? Through, the grind and stuff like that. They tore through it. So Lord willing, we make it on the other side, our people gonna be looking at us and be, what's the word I want to use? Just be
high reverence.
Yeah, high reverence, exactly. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna venerate us in this kingdom to come, because we actually went through it and we actually got on the other side, Lord willing.
You run against all odds. Like you say, even in sports, it's highly respectable when the underdog, defeats, the superpower. So that's how it's going to be in the kingdom. It's going to be known that these men, went against all odds with just faith.
Yeah, overcame through the spirit.
Yep. No, that's the truth. Like you said, when the underdog, when he defeats somebody that's a big name or a great person, now everybody's interested in his story.
Yep.
You start seeing interviews, you start trying to understand what it is that he went through, how he anticipated, how he felt during the process leading up to his victory. Everyone is interested in his story. So, just back to what
I prepare for it.
Yeah, how you prepare for it.
Yeah, I was just thinking that, like, we was watching that video at the crib, by that school Stephen Smith. Yeah. How they beat this powerhouse Duke in college basketball some years ago.
Oh yeah.
Duke at that time frame was like the #1 seed. Yeah. So nobody expected this underdog to overcome this big powerhouse school. So that's how people looking at us through the spirit. We overcoming Goliath through the spirit. It's been those house of David. I got one right here for you all. That's right. And this Galatians 6:15. For in Yahushua neither circumcision availeth anything, nor uncircumcision, but a new creature. 1 2 being that transformed to that new mind. And as many walk according to this rule, peace be on them and mercy and upon the Israel of the Most High. That rule goes to that standard. That's what we're following right now, that certain principle that Yahweh Shah wants us to go through. All about on that road to Yahweh Shah, you're going to go through different type of, bumps and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's going to be worth it at the end. That's the end result. Part of the end result, you got to go through that process of various changes,
Right. Yeah, I appreciate it. I was just gonna say, I think it was a quote that you had. I always look at your quotes, but it had said growth is an uncomfortable process because you never been there before. So going through that growth, because this is what we're going through right now, that growth, because we're gonna literally become the next rulers of the earth, and that's a major jump from where we at right now, being at the very bottom slaves to calling the shots over the earth along with Yahweh Shah. That's a major jump. But that growth process, which is the process we in right now, being a part of the process, it's an uncomfortable situation, because different scenarios is preparing us for that. When you start looking at what you go through, because we can all look at it on a surface level. We don't want to experience or go through things, but when you have a different perspective at how you look at it, that's really what the Lord wants you to do. Look at the earth and what you go through and the decisions being made with a new perspective. And that's how the kingdom of heaven is going to be established on a whole different wavelength, because now we have a different perspective versus how the other nations, especially Esau Edom, moved it.
This is Sirach chapter 11 and verse 5. Many kings have sat down upon the ground, and one that was never thought of hath won the crown.
That's the position that we're in. And no one's thinking of us as the next rulers of the earth. When you go into geopolitics, they talk about China, being the next #1 economy. All right, Russia. Okay, you hear those names. All right, those other nations over there in the east, but you don't hear, Saudi Arabia. Talk about what they got going on, but no one's considering, all right, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to be the next to rule the earth. Because why? They're not a part of the process. You see, we got the scoop. We even go to the stock. What they call the inside trade. We have the scoop on what's gonna happen in the market, so you start, investing accordingly. Well, through prophecy, guess what? We inside trade, and we're investing in the kingdom, because we know what's to happen next. So just as the brother lesson getting into, you're not gonna understand our decision making because you're not a part of the process. So it's gonna seem foolish unto you. The scriptures say, the preaching of the cross to them that perish is foolishness, but unto us is the power of the Most High.
And these elites, man, they know that we up next. They know, but if they say that too, they also admitting or confessing that we are the Lord's chosen people.
And like you said, bro, like these people within the world, they can be able to manage like these football teams.
Yep.
Like you put this player right here in this position,
Yep.
this be a better team, or a
Yep,
coach right here.
Yep.
But they don't ever try to think about managing on the very same earth where they breathe in.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they don't want to have those type of affairs. So
Like the brother just said, they even the elite starting to come out and see like we are chosen people. I was thinking about this a few days ago. I always stumble upon it and then like before somebody, like when wicked people hit their deathbed or before they die, they always end up telling the truth. Like the lady with Emmett Till, the man that killed Bob Marley, they always tell the truth when they know they about to get up out of here. It's just like you just said, they know their time almost over this, so they go ahead and say we the chosen.
The second Ezra chapter 7, starting at verse 7, the interest of is narrow. And verse 6, there is also another thing. A city is built and set up on a broad field, and is full of good things. The interest thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left deep water. And when one passed between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could be one man go there at once.
Right, and this is symbolic of the kingdom of heaven and the trials and the situations you got to go through in order to get to it. Being a part of the process to understand the process. Because again, the Lord is not just going to give us a kingdom and not the the mindset to manage and understand how the decisions we make, how it affects those under us. Because again, because the earth was meant to be, to be inhabited, to be, lived on. It was meant to be inhabited. So we're not going to be making decisions that's going to destroy other people at our expense, to benefit us. We're going to be making decisions that's going to be benefiting the whole earth. And the other nations, they're going to benefit from our wise decision making. So we have to be a part of the process.
If this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance?
Right. So if we never go through the process of understanding why we have to manage the earth in righteousness, it's not the Lord was not just going to give it to us because we will lose it again. We will be making unwise decisions. We're not going to follow in the same footsteps that these other nations have followed in, that they have walked in. So now because the shoes that they were trying to fill were too big for them. So now we have to live up to the expectation of Yahweh Bashim Shah. And that's why we're going through the process so we can understand the process so that we can enjoy the earth like it was meant to be enjoyed to begin with, It's like people have forgotten that the earth is supposed to be paradise.
Yep. People, Esau has made suffering and survival mode the norm. Like that's the norm in survival mode. Okay, that's giving, trading your time in, for money. Okay, and really, like you say, the earth is supposed to bring forth fruit. Well, you wouldn't have to toil and labor that hard, man. Okay, but Esau, has everyone just in this robotic state to where all they know is pretty much work and sleep. You pretty much wake up, all right, and exist to work. you know, and then you get enough sleep just to do the same thing again. But nah, man, the earth, like the brother's going into, is meant to be enjoyed, man. And that's what we're gonna go back to. But like the brother saying, we gotta go through that affliction to get that experience, man. That's why, like you say, even those rappers that really went through things, they albums be so entertaining because they got so many stories. Even like what's the guy, Charleston White. You can watch a 3 hour video or interview from that guy because he got so much, to say because he done been through, the affliction.
Right.
He doesn't have the truth, but just giving an example that the Lord is making us to be to have substance. He's making us to have substance, all right, by bringing us through this captivity, man.
And we can relate to it too. We can relate to the different stories, because we can honestly relate to Yahweh Shah because he experienced the different things that we experienced, he went through the same things that we going through, to the rejection of his own people, you know, having to be patient for the kingdom of heaven,
Lied on.
being lied on, you know, all the sorts. So we can relate to him, and like the scripture said, we suffer with him, we should also reign with him, because it's growth, honestly. To suffer is a part of that growth process, and it's an uncomfortable feeling because you've never been there before.
And that's why the Hope Elect can be able to, they look at Yahweh Shah with so much admiration because he's going through everything that we're going through right now. So we can relate to him so much on another level.
Yeah, he can relate because he's a mediator, so he can, relate to the heavenly Father what we going through. Yeah, I got one.
This is Isaiah chapter 48 and verse 11. Well, verse 10.
Yeah.
Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction.
Right.
For my
That was it.
Okay. Yeah, right. And it's a purpose to it. The Lord just not doing that for no reason. He has refined us, refined it because our minds are being transformed and conformed. We're looking at the whole process with a new perspective. Now we don't want to just go to, like you said, go to work, just try to work up enough time and save up enough money to get our possessions and take a good vacation, and retire early or whatever. Now we looking at the whole reconstruction of how the earth is being managed. We're going above and beyond what the world and what these other nations expect of us, because now we're living up to the expectation of Yahweh Bashim Shah. Now we're going beyond what the Lord, what these other nations want. That's why the Lord is refining us, finding how we think, finding the different our interests. Our interests are changing. So now instead of the little toys that Esau Edom has and what he has manufactured. Now we want everything that the Lord has created. It's things that we don't even know about that we want to experience more. Because the more and more we be under these other nations, the more and more we disconnect from the what the Lord has created for us. You know, we disconnected from the earth. So now we don't think about the resources, the gold, you know, the silver, the herbs, you know, the plants, so on and so forth, and how they're supposed to be properly used. You know, now we know more about Esau Edom and his world.
That's part of their plan. They consume all your time with working. And when you get home, you just want to go to sleep and get ready for the next day. Then they only give you really only got a real 1 day off. But you spend if you work Monday through Friday, you got the whole Saturday and you spend Sunday getting ready for Monday. So they wrap you up with all these distractions. They don't give you they want to have you preoccupied.
It's sad and running errands.
Yeah, you're trying to get everything done.
Then people are supposed to be able to think, but there goes the Rockefeller who started that public school system, to train people to just be industrious, man, employees. That's why you just need the basic reading and writing skills, all right, to work in those factories, man. Okay, but now, man, the Lord, like the brother said, now we have a vision that's beyond this society, man. Okay, that's beyond, all right, what Esau has gave us as a reality, man. Now we see, like I say, the Lord brought us in to the plan. Like, this is my plan, all right? And like the brother said, we're a part of that. So now, as we understand we're a part of it, we start to move and think different, and we're being, refined, like the brother said, and not thinking, man. Because first thing, you got to get order established. You can't enjoy nothing without order. Like, first, everything got to get back in order, and we shouldn't be debating what a man is and what a woman is. There shouldn't be no debate. Like, I'm going to this is the real dark age. Or they're trying to take a uterus out of a woman and put in a man. This is the dark ages. Like, what you when the definition dark ages, I remember you had brought it out the other day real quick when we get back, bro. I just want to make this point, man. Yeah, harp on this the real dark ages. He try to put that on us. Like, nah, nigga, look what's going on. Okay, the brat, all right, pregnant,
Right.
with an Edomite baby, but she married to a woman like this. This the dark ages.
Candace Parker,
Yeah.
her so-called
Yeah,
wife.
Brittany Griner in Russia, and like, what we doing here, man?
We got children saying that they knew they was a girl. They may have been a boy. They knew they was a girl at the age of 2.
Yeah, tripping.
Yeah, I don't even remember what I was doing at that.
Yeah, nobody remember. Tripping.
Right.
Go ahead.
And so you look at the Dark Ages, it says, Esau's definition said it has been called the Dark Ages because many suggest that this period saw little scientific or cultural advancement.
Yeah, and see, what we're seeing is culture digress. Yeah, we're going backwards. Okay? Like you say, here it is. You have a culture of death, which is nigga culture that just keep reproducing itself. Look at from MC Light until Sexy Red, and look at how we just evolved. Culture is digressing, man. This is the real dark ages, man. Okay, even I was watching an interview with Easy E, even though he was on that gangster rap shit, but they were on the comment board. They were talking about how he could articulate his words. Like, he was like, you see how Jake was talking back then in the '90s, even though they was on that street shit, they still had some type of intellect.
Like you just said, some kind of stuff.
Yeah, but these niggas now are straight zombies. Like, it's to the point where you see these niggas and you do a U-turn.
Now these niggas be on lean.
Yeah.
Interviews and stuff like that, just be bubbling.
Yeah.
Niggas falling asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said too. Even back then, the 80s and 90s rappers, they still had a sense of morality.
Yeah.
They had a better sense of morality. I mean, we still was wicked, but they had a better sense of morality than what it is now. And they still understood roles. They still understood family values. Even if they didn't promote it all the time, a lot of them didn't promote it, they still had that understanding of it.
But here it is. We got all this technology, but people are operating on a more primitive level, on a base level. Like just baby daddies and baby mamas everywhere. You know, like it's just a bunch of randomness. No order, no structure. All right. What's the little rapper, Lil King? You know, and then it's no uproar. You know? But that shows you just how backwards we're going as a society, man. You know, can no 10-year-old be cussing and this shit was unheard of. Hell, we 30 and 40 and we still watch what we say around. But you got a little 10-year-old just on camera talking about hitting women raw and running off on the plug. It's like, what? But that shows you how far we went backwards. See, this is why we understand why all this destruction has to happen. So the earth, all right, can be restored and the order can be restored back in the earth, man. Yeah. Oh, you said you got yeah. Uh, go back to this. The book of Hebrews real quick. Well, finish off because we're in the same place.
Isaiah 48 and 11. For mine own sake, even for my own sake, will I do it. But how should my name be polluted? And I will not give my glory unto another.
So how should his name be polluted? He's not gonna give his glory to another, right? We the Israelites, we the Lord's chosen people. The Lord, like the brother was going into, the Lord finna reestablish the order, and it started with his elect, the chosen men. But we was once tainted too. We was once caught up in this world with all the ideology of the world and the mindset. So that's why we're going through this refining moment, refining period, so that now the Lord can be glorified across the four corners of the earth. And when we get into that position of rulership over the earth, our stories will make all the more sense. The reason why we're in those positions because of what the Lord has done for us.
This is gonna be the real rebirth period.
The real
period,
rebirth.
spiritual aspect.
Rebirth of righteousness.
This is Hebrews 2 and 9. It says, but we see Yahushua, who was made a little lower than the angels for the suffering of death, crowned with glory and honor, that he, by the grace of the Most High, should taste death for every man. For it became him for whom are all things, and by whom are all things, and bringing many sons unto glory, to make the captain of their salvation perfect through sufferings.
Right, complete through suffering. So he's the captain of our salvation. And what he went through and his purpose of what he came down to do, it said for many, he brought many sons, starting with the elect, starting with that 144,000, because he is the captain of our salvation. So through suffering, we now understand, because first that's the process we got to go through, but now we understand the reason why Yahweh Shah did it, and now we understand why we're going through it, because it's a cleansing process. It's a cleansing of all the filth that we have picked up being in this world without Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. At one point we didn't have the knowledge of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. So now that we do suffering, because I think what the scriptures say, though I wash thee with soap and nitrogen, the Lord, he bring us through, the Lord is cleansing us through suffering so that we can understand the true purpose of our creation. Like it says, what's the Ecclesiastes 12, everything else is vanity. The whole duty of the Israelite man, woman, and child is to keep the commandments, the fear Yahweh by Shem Shai, and keep his commandments, and with that, it comes with rulership. It comes with a process of understanding, but it's through suffering, you know. Yeah, more on that. Oh, that was it.
Like this Proverbs 24 and 3 says, through wisdom is in house building, and by understanding it is established.
Right. Through wisdom is a house building. So we're building the house of Israel. The house of Israel is being built through the wisdom, knowledge, understanding Yahweh Shai, and through understanding, because now not only because wisdom is applying what now we have an understanding of why the earth has to be the way it has to be. These laws, statutes, and commandments are in place. It's all for a reason, because when they're not in place, like the brother's going into, we're continually digressing. We're digressing to the destruction of the whole earth, which the Lord, he's gonna come back and bring salvation to the elect. He's gonna come back and put a stop to all this wicked. But it's continually digressing because the wisdom, knowledge, understanding of Yahweh Bashim Shai is not going throughout the four corners of the earth. I think it's say? Uh, word it. I got one. It's the book of Romans, chapter 11, verse 7. What then? Israel have not attained that which he seeketh for, but the election have attained it, and the rest were blinded. You know? So the rest of our people have been blinded from the vision that the scriptures paint. Because the scriptures paint a vision. You know, it creates like people get lost in social media and Instagram and all these different platforms. Okay. But when you go into the scriptures, it takes you to an alternate reality, man, of a righteous kingdom, you know? But you have to have eyes to see. But the majority of our people have been blinded from that, but the elect have attained it, and that's why we constantly confess, okay, on a daily basis now, man. All right? Because hey, we're fully persuaded. As the scriptures say, we believe, therefore have we spoken, man. All right, and we believe all the promises, okay, and the prophecies written in the scriptures, man. You know?
This is Romans chapter 5, verse 3. And not only so, but we glory in tribulation, also knowing that tribulation worketh patience.
Yes, so we begin to glory in tribulation. And that's when we start to mature in the faith. You know, you start to glory because at first, man, you can pout about certain things. You feel some type of way being your feelings. But then it comes to a point, you see what the Lord is doing, and you start to glory in tribulation, man. All right, because you understand the bigger picture, man. And you know it all works for our favor. Because the Lord is purging things out of us, man. That's why he put us in these scrapes and these difficulties, because he's refining us, man. So we begin to glory in tribulation because we understand the end game. Okay? What the scriptures say in Sirach 30:1, the father chastening his son so he can have joy of him at the end. Okay? So now our mindset is on the end. Well, the end of the thing is better than the beginning. Okay? And the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit, man. You know? So we have to patiently endure these things because we understand that this is a process, man. Okay, go ahead.
And patient experience hope.
Yep.
And hope maketh not ashamed.
I was just thinking about like a good example in the book of Acts when the apostles and so by calling on the name of Yahushua, they got beaten. They glorified in that. So what we do right now, start up a lot of apostles and elders, like we're walking after the stand up Yahushua, different type of tribulations that we're going through right now, and we following after the greatest man ever walked this planet on earth. So we're going through something that the greatest man on this planet earth ever went through. So that's just being glorified right there alone. Like, man, doing something righteous,
Yep, it's a token.
Yeah, it's a token.
Sign.
And hope maketh not ashamed, because the love of the Most High is shed abroad in our hearts by the Holy Spirit, which is given unto us.
Yeah, see, hope making not ashamed, because what we're hoping is actually changing who we are. And we see the benefits of it. Like we see the benefits of following righteousness, man. The order, the brotherhood, your day-to-day situation, court you catch, chastising, but then there's also peace, man. You see that this wisdom brings peace, man. There's a level of peace just not being around niggas and caught up in the hype, okay, trying to chase clout, trying to, be appeasing the Eve, man. You know how much peace is in your life that you're not out there, happening to chase the cares of this life, man. So hope we're not ashamed of what we hope in, man, because we're already seeing the benefits from it, and we know it only gets better. And we gotta say we're not ashamed, okay, of what we believe in the midst of these people, man.
These people still voting.
Yeah.
Still lining up.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah. Still dressing up for Halloween.
Right.
Okay. How Easter eggs.
Care about your opinions.
Yeah. The hell can you tell me? You tell us, man.
It says hope make it not ashamed. Like we have an expectation. We ain't doing this for nothing. Like, have you ever did some type of work? You did it for a long time, but it was for nothing. You like, man, it's all going to waste. But we know we hoping it's something that's we know and believe will be fulfilled. So we go through the suffering, we go through these crooks and narrows, but we know at the end we're gonna have that great reward.
Right. And just by going through these different walks, the adversity, just by knowing it's all temporary.
Mm.
Just think about that. Hey, that makes the walk a little bit more easy for the spirit. We know the things that we're going through right now, it's not going to be compared to everlasting. I got some. And this is Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, said the Lord Yahweh, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end.
He said, give you expect end, thoughts of peace. He has thoughts of, he said he gonna make us the most beautiful people to exist. It's like he said he gonna make those that are Jews or not, he said he gonna make them worship at your feet. A beautiful expected end, rulership, eternal glory, eternal life. So it is not evil. It's not evil. All this thing we're going through it's momentary.
He got some definitions for you for that word end.
And it's the end. Right. It says after part in issue events time prophetic for future time.
Yeah.
Posterity lasts here the most.
And posterity, at the end time. All right, because we're blessed posterity. When that posterity go to your lineage.
Yep, your lineage.
Yeah. So the Lord has an expected end for this particular lineage of people, man. Okay. So find out who you are. That was a major thing because that links us back to all the promises, man. Okay, because we was a no people.
Right.
Okay, you got the Christians saying we run away from what? Matthew 22:43. Nah, we was that no people. Okay, that's the no people, man. All right, but now as we understand who we are, so what made those Israelite foreigners start believing, man? All right, the promises that was promised to Israel, but they had to be reminded about who they were. Okay, so the Lord has a expected end for this lineage of people, which is Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. Okay, I got it. Yeah. This one, a comment board, just the brother, Taza Mock out of Memphis. It's GMS through the fire too. 2 Corinthians 2:16 in the NLT. To those who are perishing, we are a dreadful smell of death and doom. But to those who are being saved, we are a life-giving perfume, and who is adequate for such a task as this?
That's perspective, having the perspective, the vision, because to the rest of the world and to the rest of our people, what we doing is pointless. They don't see no purpose in it. They can't see, they can't look past Esau, Edom, and America and this kingdom. But to those that's like-minded, as us, they see past what we have because they have an expectation. They have hope. That's why I said we are dead and our lives are here. We have a shot, and at his returning, roughly paraphrasing, returning, when he come back, we shall be glorified just like him. We gonna live when he returns, So we willing to take the L on this side and do the groundwork that's gonna ultimately lay the way for the rest of our nation in the kingdom of heaven, because they're gonna be brought back first and foremost off of what Yahweh Shah did, promises and everything given from Yahweh, what Yahweh Shah did, but also too what the followers, his disciples, the 144,000, the elect, what they did, and how faithful they was to the Lord, no matter even unto the end. So to the rest of our nation, they don't have the perspective. They don't have. That's why I think we had got it that day in the lesson where it said he who have ears to hear, let him hear. He who have eyes to see, because our people, they can't see it.
You know what I say? We say we a dreadful smell of doom to those that perish. Because see, Jake just want to get along in America, man. All right? Jake just want to coexist with Esau in power. All right? When Jake be complaining, Jake don't want to overthrow, all right, Esau's empire. Jake just want better treatment in their captivity, man. Okay? But we talk like, nah, man. The Lord finna destroy this place, man. And that's a message that our people don't want to hear, man. Jake just want to enjoy all right, they live slave lives in America and pass on that same slave life to their children, okay? And then keep that going on forever. Right. Like Esau has really created forever slaves. That's why the Lord just got dropped nukes on this place, man, because the niggas will never snap out of it. You know?
You say, Jacob a homeborn slave?
Yeah. Why is he spoiled? They talking about his mind. Like, nigga, why you think like that?
That's why they call it the uncurable bruise.
Yeah.
Uncurable wound.
Yeah.
That mindset.
Yeah.
You know, and then like too, it requires Jake to change. When we tell them about America being destroyed and rulership coming, it requires them, even rulership, it requires them to change, you know, because part of rulership, you got to change your mindset. And that be the part that they don't like. That be the bitter part to them, having to change, you know.
Even for like the red pill world, all those things, like even for the ones that our people know they're Israelites, they still sold out.
Yeah.
Everybody will be politically correct.
Yeah, yeah, you know. Then you say those that know the Israelites, they say y'all camps. They mad at the camps. God damn.
So it's not. It's really everything is still in the confines of America. Really, with the Esau's world, you know? They're not thinking beyond America.
But like we were just talking about earlier, like you say, they had to change. They had to get out their comfort zone. Niggas comfortable. They don't want to. They don't want to be uncomfortable. That's part of their growth too. When you grow, you get out your comfort spot. That's what have you grow. Niggas can't grow because they want to stay comfortable where they at. They stuck in their mindset. They comfortable there.
They're gonna die in their mindset.
Gotcha.
This is Isaiah chapter 59 and verse 4. None call for justice, nor any pleaders for truth. They trust in vanity and speak lies. They conceive mischief and bring iniquity.
And this is going back to the point you had made about the digression between, you know, just for example, the rappers, none calling for truth, you know, because, and that's just, you know, example rappers, but really just the mindset of our people, they digressing because this world is waxing worse and worse. But our people, they just going with the evolution of how wickedness is evolving, continually evolving. They don't, like you said, it's no uproars about, you know, you might have certain people that say it ain't right, but there's really just no uproar in the culture of our people about how bad it's getting, you know?
Outcry.
Right.
You know?
Esau done squeezed the life out of them.
You know, at one point you had a sense of morality in the neighborhoods and the communities, but now people they have lost that sense of morality. It's like it's normal, like you said.
Yeah.
You know, immoral behavior is normal.
You know, you got to sneak to listen to certain, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can't play that shit, man.
You have to get the
Yeah,
clean
you can't
version.
play no goddamn hot boy in your granddaddy house, man. All right, you gonna get your ass tore out the frame, man. You know, but like you say, and we gotta use rappers because that's the nigga standard.
Yeah.
That's the stand. They set the standard for the culture. You know, that's why when you go out, these niggas are nothing but offshoots of the current rappers. The women are nothing but offshoots of the current. It's like you try to take one of these little chicks somewhere. It's like you taking Sexy Red somewhere. It's like you got Cardi B with you. You know, so you gotta use rappers because that's the standard of nigga culture.
Those are leaders of our people.
Yeah.
Because of the air.
Yeah.
Those are true leaders of our people right now. Rappers.
Bro, they listen to the words and like the word, because rapping it used to be like poetry. They had stories to tell. People listen to what you saying.
Yeah.
Jump down to verse 13. And transgressing and lying against Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, and departing away from our power, speaking oppression and revolt, conceiving and uttering from the hard words of falsehood. And judgment is turned away backward, and justice standeth afar off.
Right. This is the mindset of our people now. You know, it continually to digress while we're under his control, you know, while his vibrations going throughout the four corners of the earth, Esau, Edom, our people are continually, the whole earth is digressing more and more, but it's affecting our people the worst, you know, because it's meant to target our people, you know. That's why it's an incurable wound, you know. Like the brother said, is Israel a homeborn slave? Because the main target to push all this wickedness and this westernization is the Israelites, you know. That's why. Oh, go ahead. I was just gonna say that's why even in the ancient world, when Hellenization, the main target was the Israelites. You know, to Hellenize the Israelites.
And because deep down, our people know something is wrong with the spirit. Because why they be going out there protesting about no justice, no peace? You know, but they going by, throughout the wrong means because you're trying to seek peace through Esau, Edom. You know, that's not going to be the right route. You know, because it's really the true protesting what we're doing right here. By the sign and crying that we're doing through the spirit, those sign and crying, that's going to summon Yahushua very soon.
You know, as I say, they going to the wrong people and they asking for the wrong thing. You know, first you going to the Lord and you should be asking for the overthrow. You know,
I just thought about what you just said. Like they got our people on the forefront pushing all the wickedness because they know we really got all the power and the influence. Well, even the most simple, all right, this the white man's world.
Yeah.
They know who run it, but who they put on the face of everything. They put us on the face of everything.
but Jake bring that flavor to wickedness, man. You know, because even like I say, in our poorest condition, Jake is still the most influential person on earth. You know,
Yeah, back out up. 'Cause y'all saying that, Jake, if they'll continue, they'll continue in slavery because they love this decadent Rome. Decadent Rome. They love it. This is Romans chapter 1, starting from verse 28. I want to read down. And even as they did not like to retain Yahweh Shem Yahushua in their knowledge, the Most High gave them up over to reprobate minds to do those things which are not convenient, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignant, whisperers, backbiters, haters of the Most High, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful, who's knowing the judgment of the Most High, that they which commit such things worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. So, so these people, you see, they in love when they can wrong. They in love that there's no rules, that there's no walls to their lust, to what they can do, like with their worldly saying, do as thou wilt. They in love with that. So their end is death. They are worthy of. He said they are worthy of death.
Like all those are like traits of those are traits of the wicked that our people have learned while being under his influence, being under his rulership. These are all traits that you see amongst the Israelites. Really, it's all a part of westernization, and that's spread throughout the four corners of the earth. But our people, they incorporated that most. That's why the Lord said He just gonna, ain't no solution for it. He's just gonna, delete them.
That's it.
Let's start over.
Hey, what brother Halak just read, hey, that really sums up black culture.
Yeah.
And like the verse started off, it said things is not convenient. Because eventually it might be easy to get into, but I say it's hard to get out of. It ain't convenient in the end. You got to jump through all like the drugs and stuff like that. The lean, it gonna have its impact later on. It ain't gonna be convenient. You're gonna have to have certain medications you on. You're gonna have to start doing above and beyond, take care of yourself. You want to go out and kill somebody. All right, that's simple. But now you gotta figure out how to get out of it. You gotta run through group. All right, I was over here. Gotta find an alibi. Gotta run out of town. You gotta spend all your money. It ain't convenient anymore.
We ended on it. Close out. All right, and on that note, we're gonna close out. First and foremost, go back to East. We want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Ba'Shem Kakadash.
double honor to the apostles and elders of GMS. Peace, love, say, taste all the brothers out there pushing his words, sincerity, and the truth. Shalom, the brothers and children out there keeping his words, sincerity, and the truth. Next time we say Shalom.
Shalom.
Kwam Yashala.
Kwam Yashala.
Bob.
Bob.